Welcome back to Remax TV on this fine Wednesday afternoon. Today I'm blessed again, as it's a daily occurrence for me, with the presence of this beautiful lady beside me in Vicki Veaney. Vicki is the Operations Manager of Remax Western Australia. She's held a couple of roles with the group, and it'd be safe to say that she's the most experienced person with the Remax brand in the state of Western Australia. Being that I've only been the owner of the regional rights to Remax for now about 6 or 7 months. However, Vicki's been looking after the interests of Remax for about 7 or 8 years, I believe, or maybe even a little bit longer than that. And our history, Vicki, goes back a little bit longer than that even, doesn't it?
It does.
So
yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that, your history in real estate.
Certainly. I got into real estate approximately 13 years ago now, and started my career with a well-known company. Joined Geoff shortly after that. So I worked with Geoff in sales for nearly 3 years.
Was it?
In total, yeah, nearly 3 years, Geoff. And then I joined Remax, which was back in 2001. So
she left me high and dry and went to Remax.
I did. Remax had just come into Western Australia that same year, and I decided to go over there and join them.
But to clarify that, you were offered a corporate role there, and that's what interested you.
I certainly was. I was offered a great role, yes, as the personal assistant to the state manager at the time. And it was a new company to arrive in WA, so very exciting time. Still is exciting.
Okay, so you spent several years running the group, and one of the frustrations that you experienced was that Remax in Western Australia was owned by the head company in America, and it's safe to say, and I don't think those guys would mind me saying it, it's hard to get a grip on what's happening in Western Australia, especially in Perth, the most isolated city in the world, for those who don't know. If you're running it from the other side of the world in North America. So about 2 years ago we started to talk, and it took us quite a bit of negotiation and backwards and forwards, a lot of research, but eventually I came to recognise after a trip to America that this was the future for me. And I'd have to say that I've never been more passionate in my 23 years in real estate about any project I've undertaken. But one of the pleasures of this project is the fact that I'm backed up by someone of the quality of Vicki as our operations manager. Tell us a little bit about your role there and how you see that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for the compliments first off. It's very exciting for me now that you're in that leadership role, because decisions are made quicker. They're made by somebody that has an enormous knowledge of the industry, as you do, and somebody that obviously I've got a lot of respect for. I've worked with you before, so I know.
And we've stayed friends over the years.
And we've stayed friends, so I know the nature of the beast, certainly, and decisions just happen much quicker with our joint work on that. And of course, for me, I'd already been working with the Remax group for that 9 years, so to be able to introduce them to somebody like you made it a lot more smoother for the transition, and to obviously welcome your people to join us.
And as I've said previously, it was an opportunity for us to take advantage of that global power and the global exposure and all those fantastic resources that Remax International bring to the table, to then be able to work with the Remax Australia offices right across the country and to grow our own region with that local knowledge that I've been able to collect over the last 23 years. And I think that's complemented each aspect of that pretty well, hasn't it?
I believe it has. We're both very different personalities, but I think that what we both bring to the table is certainly going to hold the group in really good stead in WA.
What are you saying, Vicki?
We're very different.
And again, like we laugh about it, but the fact is that when you've got two people the same and two people that agree all the time, then obviously that's not a very good recipe for moving forward. So we get on absolutely fantastic, but and every now and again we decide that we've got to sit down and talk about what needs to happen, and yes. Vicki brings terrific value to the table from that point of view, and we have that philosophy in our team that there isn't one person that knows everything. It really is a matter of leaving the door open to everyone to have their input and bring their value to the table, and that's worked well for us, hasn't it?
I think that is the great thing about Remax, is that we do encourage people to speak up, to say the things that they like, the things that they don't like, and that makes it a much bigger sort of family feel to the whole group than it might be in maybe some other organisations. Sure. So I really encourage that with all our members, just as you do. So we definitely agree on that point. Definitely agree.
People are going to get the idea that we argue all the time, which isn't the case at all.
We don't argue.
Yeah. Yeah, from the point of view of individuality and freedom and to express yourself, going back a few years, I would have been sort of saying, well, the company comes first and really the brand should take precedence. But what Remax has opened up for me is the opportunity to see things in a bigger picture perspective and understand, as I always have, but probably haven't admitted it to myself, and that is that the individual is the connection between us and the public. They're the people that sit down across the kitchen table and talk to our public. So therefore, there's no argument about the fact that the individual salesperson has got to be the person that is promoted and given the freedom to get out there and make themselves the focus in their area and become the real estate agent in that particular area. And from that, I think we benefit from their success, don't we?
Absolutely. I mean, no brand is bigger than an individual person, and at the end of the day, if somebody's going to list their property, they're going to list it with that individual because they trust them. And at Remax, everything that we do is agent-driven, agent-focused, so both at a state level, a national level, international level. Everything that we design is to make that agent's life certainly better, make their business better, give them a better lifestyle, and that's something that Remax has stayed true to, and certainly you agree on that point, so it's really good.
And look, you've been backwards and forwards to America on several occasions, the latest being the international conference last month, was it? Yes.
It was, yes.
So you've had an exposure to the power of the brand and how it operates over there, and I've got to admit that only the last 12 months I've been exposed to that, but I'm really blown away by the enormity of the group. But more than that, the fact that it is an enormous group, however, it's a family. And it's a family right from the head office in Denver, Colorado, right down to the individual offices throughout the states. And, that's something that we're definitely going to and continue to focus on duplicating here in Western Australia.
Absolutely. I've made some fantastic friends, and certainly some of the tools and technology that we have that's provided by Remax International really enhances that. We have message board on our intranet site where people can converse with any agent right across the whole of our 78 countries now. So you can gain so much insight from the way people do business in other countries, literally via the email, and I've met up with so many friends just at that last convention that we were at that I met at the previous one, and we've stayed in touch.
Sure.
So it really does have that family feel. That's what I do love.
And everyone knows that that's an important aspect of any business, and that is its philosophy and its integrity from people looking after each other's point of view. Look, just in finishing up, you were one of the ones that instigated us getting together under this brand, and I take that as a huge compliment. You saw the benefit of us working together. I've got to say that it's been amazing. We've had a terrific time over the last 7 or 8 months, and we both look forward to what we can do into the future. So, Vicki, Veaney, I really appreciate the fact that you're there to support me and to put up with the fact that I'm a high-pressure leader. We certainly try and get a lot done, but in having said that, I think we also complement one another. So thanks very much for that. Thanks for being behind me as part of our journey forward with Remax Western Australia. I know that you've got a passion for it. You've demonstrated that over a long period of time. And just finally, how do you see the future?
Oh, I'm so excited about the future. I mean, my passion, as you're saying, has always been there for Remax. But it has been a somewhat frustrating journey up until now. But with Geoff's leadership and the calibre of the people that have joined the group through Geoff coming on board and taking over this group, I'm very excited about the future going forward. So I couldn't be happier.
Thanks, Vicki. Well, we look forward to the journey ahead. We've been going now for 7 months. We're going on to 12 offices now. We're just about to launch into another recruiting campaign. And anyone that's interested in looking at Remax from a very confidential point of view, contact Vicki, because she'll sit down with you and she'll give you the warts and all. Tell you how it worked, demonstrate to you what we've got to offer. And certainly, if you then want to go and sit down with myself, I take a personal interest in every individual person in our group, and I'd be honoured to sit down with anybody who sees benefit in that, and I invite you to do so. So contact Vicki, talk to me, and then under no obligation and with total confidentiality, we can move forward, and if you join us on the journey, we'll be wrapped. So thanks again, and goodbye from Remax TV. Thank you.